it's Jez here from Nigezza.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. Today I've got a little stack of boxes for you. So this is my prototype that I made with that stunning paper from last year, and I'm going to recreate it now with wrapped in plaid and cherry cobbler. And the ribbon I'm going to use is this lovely striped cherry cobbler. It's got very vanilla in it, but I don't think you'll notice that against that whisper white there. So I know lots of people make stacks of boxes, and so I just thought I'd join in and make my version. Okay, so all the measurements will be on Nigezza.co.uk, but I'll quickly run through what they are. So for the bottom box, we have let me find that. So this is 8 by 8 minus a 16th, and the lid is 6 by 6. Then we've got a 6 by 6 piece minus a 16th. All the bases are minus a 16th, although that doesn't actually look like that is particularly minus a 16th there on that. And the lid is 4.5 by 4.5. And then the top one, I had to change this from what I'd originally decided to do. So let me find it. So this is 5 by 5 minus a 16th, and the lid is 3.5 by 3.5. When I first made it, I kind of reduced each box size by the same ratio, but that would have made the lid, the top box, that size, and I just thought that was a little bit weird, so I didn't quite reduce them by the same amount. Okay, so let's get started. Each box is basically made up in exactly the same way. They've just got different score lines. So on this one, we are scoring at 2 inches on all 4 sides. And then the lid, that's scoring at 1 inch on all 4 sides. So it's going halfway down the box, and that's what they all do. Not reinforcing the lids, they are just as they are. Then on the middle box, we are scoring at 1.5 on all 4 sides. So I've gone down 1/2 inch. And for the lid, we're going to score at half of that, which is 3/4 on all 4 sides. And it is important to take that 16th off the base so that the lid fits on. And then for the little box on the top, we are scoring at 1.5 again on all 4 sides. So we're actually not dropping by 1/2 inch, because that just looked daft. When I did do it on this one, it just was too short. So we're sticking to the same dimensions and score lines as the box before it. And so this will be, scored at 3/4 as well. I decided to keep all the bases at cherry cobbler. On this one, I changed the colours to match the the lid, but on this one I've decided to keep them all as cherry cobbler. I could have gone shaded spruce, except I don't have any shaded spruce cardstock, so I actually couldn't. But I just thought, as I'm using cherry cobbler ribbon, I thought this would look the best. So we are going to burnish all the sides. I just love this paper. When I showed my other Ed the stack of boxes, I said, I think they'd look nice as a Christmas decoration. He said, I think they would. So I think we're probably going to put these on shelves rather than fill them with anything. But you can, of course, fill them with things, fill them with little gifts. They'd look nice. Right, I'm using my big scissors because it's quite a big slice. And then we're just going to slice up, notch, and notch. And as I like to do when I'm doing a square is I just like to turn it. Notch that out. That takes your bumpy bit of score line like so, and you're going to do exactly the same to the lid, and we're going to do exactly the same to all the other boxes. So once you've done one, you know how to do the other. I've made lots of boxes like this before, so I'm sure you'll have no problem making these. So we're going to do exactly the same. Straight up, score line, and then do your notching. Of course, if you haven't got a scoreboard, then our trimmer does the scoring as well. So you just need to buy that, and you've got yourself a scoreboard as well, which is quite good if you're on a bit of a budget. And then later on you can splash out. So what we're going to do is we're going to put glue on all the flaps. You need either use a liquid glue like Tombow or tear and tape or red liner tape. I'm going to use Fast Fuse for quickness for this video because I still have loads of it left. But I do find that adhesive is quite a personal thing. People have their favourites, and even Stampin' Up demonstrators have their favourites and don't necessarily use Stampin' Up adhesive because they were crafters before Stampin' Up, and as you will know if you watch me, I like the colour glue as well. So, and then we just match them up there, put the side up to there. And what I find with this one is you have to push that one in at the same time, otherwise you're like pulling it out to stick it down. So that's the box, and then I like to just take my bone folder and just firm it up where that was a silly place to put that. It's just fallen down the side. Right, I've got that. And then I just, before I stick down, I like to sort of double check. Yeah, that's going to fit on there nicely. But it is, when you're doing 3D projects, you do need a good strong adhesive, otherwise they'll just fall apart. Just checking I did put it on that. And then in exactly the same way, and because I wanted to use this paper, it kind of dictated how big the biggest box could be, because this paper's 6 by 6. So I had to do this cute little stack, which I just think's lovely as a bit of a Christmas decoration. Sometimes you have to turn it to get it in. Oh, do you know? I appear to have made it a little bit too snug. I'll just carry on. That happens sometimes if I maybe didn't take the 16th off that. So I'll still carry on. I'll remake it later before it goes out as my Christmas deck. And then these are made in exactly the same way. So I think I'm going to do these speeded up. I was going to film this in time lapse, but I didn't press play. So I've done all this. So I do apologise. I may as well just finish this off now as it is. Like I say, you have, oops, seen me do it, and they're all done in the same way. So I didn't want to make this a hideously long video by showing you each of the boxes. So yeah, sorry about that. I changed my camera to time lapse and then just forgot to press play, record. And I only noticed it because I had to put a new refill in my fast views. So I went to press stop and I hadn't pressed start. Oh dear, I'm only human. So let's hope this one fits. Yeah, that one fits beautifully. So I don't quite know what's wrong with the other one. I will redo it though. And I'll probably make a different lid using some paper that I can cut slightly bigger than 6 by 6. Well, 6 and a 16th, because I think that's all it needs is an extra 16th. And there we go. So that's our stack, and then we just need a bit of ribbon to tie around. So I've done that stick in there because I've got a bit fast fuse on my fingers. So I wanted it to come all the way around and have enough for a bow here. That's twisted, don't understand why. There we go. So I'll just do a nice bow. Like so. And that's my stack of boxes. And that's the one in last year's. And I think they will look lovely as Christmas decorations. This year I might put some sweets in them actually for the boys, and then they'll give me them back, and then they can sit, I think, either end of our mantel. That'll look very nice. I might actually make a matching one. I don't think I've got enough of this to do another matching one, but I can do a matching one of this and put this in the dining room maybe. Yeah, so hope you like that. Hope you give it a go. Obviously it doesn't have to be just for Christmas. You can change the papers up, and it can be a nice little birthday gift as well. How cool would that look? Piled up on the table waiting for the birthday boy or girl to open. Anyway, so all the details will be on a blog. You should be able to get a direct link coming up there. Please like and subscribe and go and explore some more. And I'll see you again very soon.